Freunde, danke für eure Aufmerksamkeit fürs zweite Set. Mit Motto, Kevin Shee.
Grind however you can grind. But yeah, so Kevin Shea and I have been living in MERS since I think it was January 27 of 2021. When we got this invitation, November 19, of course, COVID hadn't happened yet. By the time COVID was at, like its first wave full peak, neither of us really believed that this trip to Germany could happen. I said, well, I have all the recording equipment. If we're only doing online broadcasts for the first 3 months anyway, what's the difference if we're doing it in upstate New York versus in MERS? But they said, no, we want you to come here, be part of the MERS community. And so we said, well, okay. Kevin and I, we met in 2003, and we'd spent, numerous hours in the van, on the train, at the sound check, in hotels, in the same room. And even when we were in the same room, we would manage to separate the space. Like, if this is the hotel room, we'd put the desk like in between us. So like, one guy's there, one guy's there. And yeah, keep it separate. So here in this house, that's Kevin's stuff. And this was my stuff. And like, I'm making what I call right now a Bohemian stew based on the last remnants of the ingredients that are here. I'm a cook in general. I like cooking on tour. This is the raw remnants of what Mad Motel cooking is, with just like whatever's left by any means necessary. The purpose of this residency, seriously, that it's like being an improviser in resident and not a composer in resident or an artist in resident. So it's bon appetit time. We get a lot of mail from various German governments, like things. There was one moment where we had to do a census study where it was for television consumption in Germany, and it was about like 70 pages of questions. But then we didn't send in the thing, like the package, to the company until they wanted a 200 euro fine from us. The MERS Festival wrote the people in Dusseldorf and said, no, they're gonna be okay. They're sending it in. And luckily we didn't have to pay the 200 euro fine. Okay, so this is something else. I don't know what the fuck this is, but this says, Sehr geehrter Motel, ihr Herr Pflicht zur Zahlung der rückständigen Rundfunkbetrag sind Sie nicht oder nicht vollständig nachgekommen. Für den Zeitraum von 1/1/21 to 7/3/21 wird der Schab der Betrag von 130 Euro 50 Cent einschlägig Soundschlag festgesetzt. Hey, Kevin. The Christmas market stuff, we're supposed to...
Is there a show or something?
Yeah, they posted like a schedule that we're supposed to do like a Christmas, we had set a schedule of like Christmas songs and then some other shit. It was like 1, 2, and 4. The carrot eating is at 4. Carrot eating contest. Well, just, go over to the bank and then just show back up with the snare drum at the market. Oh. It's kind of like be a Pied Piper across MERS right now. But right behind this gentleman over here on Thursdays is the weekly fresh market where you can buy potatoes and eggs and spices and soup. And the problem with that market when I don't speak Deutsch so well is that it's fast, fast, fast. Sometimes I'd wind up with 20 euros worth of broccoli by accident. So I kind of stopped going to that market, to be honest with you. Oh, see, he's playing the same tune. It's a little better than me at it. Gotta support the scene. Danke. So we gotta go to the supermarket to get the carrots. Hey, Kevin, you want to hang out now with a little bit of this filming?
Yeah, I'm done. I like.
Because I bought the carrots, but no, this is good. You can give a tour, Kevin, of our working Christmas ideas. This, which, if you get you could get a shot, this shot here, and go through the list.
As you can see, number one. Yeah, I love MERS shirts. This list may not. Let's do the highlights because this stuff isn't very interesting.
But I love MERS shirts. You know, similar to our I love New York City hats we're wearing.
Yeah.
You know, we bought these. I bought these hats in MERS. This is your Christmas present.
Yeah.
It's my Christmas present too.
Yeah.
For myself. The concept of the package deal during the Christmas market was that we were going to try and sell an LP with food. Like I was going to make chicken wings with a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But
none of that happened.
None of that happened.
None of these ideas have happened.
The MIDI
they never will.
No, the MIDI keyboard jam just happened. I have a MIDI keyboard out there, and I played some Christmas music.
There you go.
So that happened. Number 7, lucky number 7 happened. Okay, number 13, we're actually doing this.
Yeah.
Eating carrots contest to win the cheesy rabbit.
Really?
Well,
that's fun.
yeah, there we go. I mean, look at this.
I'm not going to eat the carrots. Oh my gee. Carrots.
Yeah, 3 packages.
Oh, you didn't bring the small ones. No one's going to eat it.
We're going to find out.
Did you get the little tiny ones?
No, we're going big boy. So anyway.
Let's move.
Let's move.
None of this.
These are just phrases. Yeah, this list just became basic phrases. Yeah, let's just go to the the park.
I'll go get my test after for the plane. Fit airline.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go to Helsinki and I need to get that COVID test. You know.
Gotta go. If you're going to
But you can't do a self-test. It's got to be official. But the thing is, it's got to be under 24 hours, which means that my flight to New York is 5 p.m. from Helsinki. But being that it's northeast, to get to Helsinki, Finland, from here, that means that 5 p.m.
See, I'm learning something new in MERS on my last 48 hours here.
We're in the middle of
MERS, Germany. But
This
we
is
have.
sequoia.
This looks like a new tree.
This is not a new tree.
Well,
It's got to be several hundred years old. If you can imagine being in California right now, you know, you
Yeah.
get these kind of trees, but they're huge. And this one, it still is kind of big
This
for
one's
its,
pretty big.
but it's also quite young as you. It's young in its own way.
Beautiful. Hug the tree.
Isn't that weird that there's one of these trees here? Sequoia / redwood / I think it's weird.
I bet when the festival was in the park and there was 50,000 people, people were hugging trees left and right, man.
Well, it could have been here. You know, this tree might have been here in
Since
the 70s.
1971.
Yeah.
This tree, you know, Sun Ra might have stood next to this tree
Yeah.
and said, God damn, how'd they get this tree here? Well, should we start this carrot eating contest?
What's happening over there? I don't even know what's going on over there.
They got the same merch that they had at the gig,
Oh,
just in a stall.
oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, and so I was entertaining the community playing Jingle Bells earlier. And then we do the carrot eating contest, and Becker comes then and does audio visual projections with us for like
You
half
say
an
he's-
hour. Said he's going to be there probably closer to 5:15.
Oh. Yeah, because I got to get my
Yeah,
I
you
got
got
to get my test.
Well, yeah, why don't you, we do the carrot eating contest, then you go do your test, then you come back and Becker will be there, he'll take a minute to set up, then we'll do a performance with his light sensor stuff and visuals, and then he films us on the Ferris wheel, and then that's a wrap.
Yeah, we'll see how long.
If you want to skip the carrot eating contest and just do your test now, you could do that.
Well, I wonder if it's safer.
I mean, let's just do, why don't we do the carrot eating for 10 minutes and then you go
Well, but
do
if
your
my
test.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I won't be able to, I won't make it back by 5:15.
I predict
But what
you
about
would.
what if the
You want to combine the carrot eating contest and Becker's thing?
yeah, or if you just want to do it, but whatever. You got to pay extra to be inside.
I think so.
Oh, that's not cool.
No, but a lot of people walk down this alley, bro.
Really?
Yeah, it's filled.
scared.
Yeah, here we
I'm
are.
ready for that.
Well, so what do you think we've done? You feel like the improvising has been good?
Yeah, I feel like, when I see that moon just chilling, it reminds me that, they give you the last couple of days with a little bit of sun. And that improvisational music we make is kind of like supposed to provide sun, bring the sun to the people, And now I'm seeing a little bit of sun today, and now I'm seeing the moon, which means there's zero clouds. And that's the kind of music we were trying to make all year, I feel like. Some kind of clear, focused music. But unfortunately, when you got that cloudy day, you might think your music's a little cloudy.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
to end it on a pristine note is something that, that makes me feel good.
The sun is shining in the blue sky. You can dance with the bunny. Do you want it? You can dance with the bunny. Yeah. Here, hold it. Yeah. What's fun about MERS is that you've only been here for 6 hours, but it feels already like 24 hours in a way. But it's not even 7 p.m. And like, you kind of actually, in a day in MERS, can get a lot of shit done because there's literally nothing to do. Time for some hot cider after some weird work. That kid was cool. He understood what was happening. I mean, to me, it's all about just having to put the shit in public. And once you put it in public with enough variables of normal and weird together, you create action that just like happens. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah, MERS fun, yeah. One time. I mean.
Encore!
Yeah. I think we did it. Yeah.